Hey everybody, Rosemauer here, and welcome to my reaction and discussion for episodes 5 and 6 of Made in Abyss Season 2. Last week's episodes were weird. We'll just say that they were weird. I'm not going to get too much into the more, I don't know, concerning things. It's just something that, like, I kind of noticed things here and there in like season 1 and a little bit of the beginning of season 2, but it was very in your face and blatant with last week's episodes, and I felt like it kind of took away from it a little bit. Maybe I was looking too much into it, maybe I was focusing too much on it, but it was kind of hard not to, and it gave me a little bit of the ick, not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna focus on that. I will, say the synopsis of last week's episodes were Riko, Nanachi, and Reg learning more about this village, about how it works. The big thing is something called the balancing, where if somebody takes something of value away from another hollow, villager, what have you, resident of this village, because there's sort of a money system, but money is, things are based on like their value to the person who I guess is selling it. So if you steal something or take away or destroy or damage something that belongs to somebody, you have to pay it back. And if you don't have something physical that you can pay it back with, they will literally take pieces of you as kind of like retribution and repayment. And we did see that in a disturbing thing with a character named Ma, who played a little bit too hard with Menya and paid for it. But yeah, so that is an interesting thing there. And they also said about how children, human children specifically, are very high value because they don't come down there a lot. So there was that. Another big thing was the introduction of a new-ish character. We saw her in flashbacks from like the previous group. Fopta, I believe, was her name, and she knows Reg. And apparently they were quite close. And somebody brought up a good point in the comments, was like, Reg was a name that Riko gave him. So, like, how does Fopta know Reg as Reg? Didn't think about that. So that's quite interesting. So there's that. So Reg has no memories, or very, very faded memories of Fopta. But he kind of rejected her. And another thing, too, that was quite a big thing was the reappearance of Midi. So Nanachi saw, I guess, I don't know if it's a clone of Midi, if it's like a reincarnation of Midi, but it just feels like, and some people agree with me too, is it feels like that kind of is like a step back for Nanachi, because with putting Midi to rest, now Nanachi could kind of like live her life not tied down to having to look after Midi. But now that Midi's back, I feel like this is just going to, I don't know, set Nanachi back a little bit. But I'm curious about like why Midi's there, how Midi's there, and how that's going to affect all of this. But with all that, let's get back into it and let's see. It does seem like the characters have been kind of like drawn away rather than them being kind of together. It seems like Riko is off doing her thing, Nanachi's off doing her thing, Reg's off doing his thing. So they're definitely, it seems like they're more divided. They're having their own stories here, apart from each other. So that's interesting, but I do want them to be like back together again. So anyway, let's get back into it. Let's see what these episodes have in store for us, and then of course I will give you guys my thoughts afterwards. Okay, so we're getting, right back into this. Aww. And this character too, it's a little unnerving, not gonna lie. And then this, I forgot to mention this at the end, the girl, that's is also in the flashbacks, that seemed to be kind of like the caretaker for Fopta, is now, and there she is right at the beginning. It almost seems like she's like fueling this whole place, or like maybe they're taking her energy, her life force, like she's trapped there with like what looks like a bunch of like little eggs. So that's a whole thing, is like, how does she play into this as well? Like, it was kind of implied that she was like a special character. Uh, so maybe she's got some sort of like power that fuels the village? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, it doesn't look like a pleasant situation to be in. Just literally being trapped. And I thought that was sweet too, with like Ma kind of wanting to try and make it up to Riko for what it did with Menya, and so it seems like Ma and Riko are gonna be friends now. So it's like the adventures of Ma and Riko and Nanachi and Midi and Reg and Fakta. So it's like they all have kind of like their own things going on apart from each other. Concealment. And it's funny because Reg has always had to rely on Riko. Well, not always rely on Riko, but Riko's pretty good about like being able to kind of give him an idea of like where to go and have information about stuff. Except in this case, I guess, they don't really know too much about this lair. And then there's this thing, which is so cool. So cool. It's just Naruto running away. Damn, though, like that is definitely one of the cooler beasts that I've seen in this show. I wonder why it's just so hell-bent on going after Reg. He's just like, I just want to fuck you up a little bit. Goodbye. Oh. That's that big metallic looking thing, right? That big robot looking thing. And I was like, what is that thing, too? Oh, okay. I love it. I removed you. Yeah, that sounds a little foreboding. Like, Fopt and the village are both gonna do something. The village lies not that way, but the other direction. Oh. Oh, yeah, those things. I thought that was just some weird, more like weird butt stuff about just obsessions with people's hair and putting things into bums. So this is going to be Reg's thing, is like he's got to find his lost memories. I mean, that's something he's been kind of wanting to do, but hasn't really been something that he's been actively trying to do. An interference unit. Oh my gosh, just more stuff for me to try and remember. Okay. There's a bunch of... Okay, because that's the thing, yeah, someone would have had to build Reg. So, okay, so most of these robot things, they can't leave a certain area. Uruburu, the village. So that is interesting. Some of the characters can speak English, but most of them can't. Or Japanese, I guess. Their language. Well, except for those creatures that try to do not so good things to Riko in that alleyway. She's got to learn to have a little bit more self-preservation. I just love that Ma's holding menu, just be like, okay, just be more gentle this time. I gotta give Riko props for that. She is very good at being able to pick up on things like languages and just information about just general information. Yeah, apparently everybody wants to get their hands on a human child. The thing is, isn't Ma from the village? You think Ma might also have some sort of issues when they go down there. Yeah, you can understand why Mom might be a little scared of it, considering that it ripped it apart. Ma is like kind of ugly cute. It's just like you feel like you want to protect it. It's like it's definitely not like a. It doesn't look quite like a creature, not like a human, something in between. But it's still kind of cute in its own way. Oh, there she is. That's the secret of the village. I'm guessing like she's the one who provides power, energy, something to it. They said like the village too, like mother, part of its mother. Maybe she's like the mother of the village. Because yeah, there's those things. They're not eggs. I said that they were eggs, but it looks like she controls whatever those things are that do the balancing. When she said that, when she said, "You look like a human," is she talking about herself? Like, does she doesn't know what she looks like yet? Vueko. Vueko. So she doesn't even know. So yeah, she is like a kind of a mother figure. Does she recognize those names? She kind of reacted to it. I wonder if she even knows what's going up on the top of the village. Do those things tell her? Okay. Oh, Riko just coming right out and saying it. Like, are you down here trapped for a reason? Are you like a prisoner? Oh, that's Fapta. So did she? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so she's not really the creator of like this village. If anything, she didn't want it to happen. She definitely sounds like she is like Stockholm syndrome. Oh, I love Rico's just like, fuck that. You're not a bad person. Let's get you out of here. Amazing. Oh, okay. She's like, I don't care. Just, I want to find my friends. Oh, that'll be interesting. I wonder if that. Oh, lovely. I guess, yeah, because it's like, yeah, it was going to be affected, similar to like Riko getting kind of that decompression. But yeah, this girl Vueko, um, it'll be interesting when she goes up to the surface. If she goes up to the surface, if people put her down there because she was like opposed to this village being created. I'm wondering if that. What is its name? The like robot giraffe dinosaur looking thing. If he's the one who like created this village and he's the one who trapped her down there. it's nice that Riko has someone that she can talk to other than Ma, who just goes, Ma. It's not super interesting if Riko can't actually talk to the person that she's with. The luring. Okay, so there's the balancing and the luring. That doesn't sound good either way. Oh, is Belaf... Is he that kind of, like, snake-looking thing? Okay, so the three sages were probably the ones, yeah, who created the village. So Belaf is one of them. I'm guessing the other one is, like, the dinosaur-looking thing. And who's the third one? So this is where Nanachi's gonna be. And then Riko's gonna see that Mitty's back. Why do I feel like Nanachi's basically going to be out of commission for like most of this season, I'm guessing. Nanachi's going to be like, I don't want to leave Mitty. I'm stuck here. Ah, that sucks because like Nanachi's like my favorite character. That's it, Maji Kaja. Just going to call him Kaja for short. Sold themselves. Oh. To buy Mitty from me. Gave up themselves. Damn it! I was hoping this wasn't going to be the case. He's here forever. So now she's basically just has turned into like... Wow. This is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid of with the return of Mitty. Nanachi is just tied to Mitty and it's just like not even their own character anymore. They're just... But I'm like, how did Mitty get here in the first place? Mitty's something to always eat. Oh, so that's why Nanachi was like, I want Mitty. Mitty's mine now. I'm going to give up myself. It's like Nanachi has just turned into a doll. Ah, that is... God damn it. That's such a bummer. Oh, that's right. Riko never really saw Mitty. Let me just touch my eyeball to your eyeball. Probably gave up herself because a human child is probably the greatest value. Wait, what? Bone Daddy? So he got Mitty back after the incident of, like, the movie? Or was this before the movie? So even after Reg destroyed Mitty, he was able to bring Mitty back. Ah, Mitty's just fated to just suffer. All of my 724 limbs. 50% of my body length. Oh, wow. He's probably like, I will only accept you. Yep. Of course, like I said, human child is going to be the highest value thing. Oof. The nails, though. I mean, better than your whole self. I'm like, I wouldn't put it past this show to show her pulling off each of her nails. Both eyes. Or both legs. Or half your innards. Hey, I mean, she could be like a Reg. She could get some like cool robot legs. Or some robot eyes that give her special powers. Okay, so like not a lot happened in that episode. But we still got, you know, this new character who's been kind of hinted at. Kind of get an idea. Not too much about her, just that she was basically cast away for going against, I guess, the three sages who wanted to create the village. And then, yeah, the sad confirmation, unfortunately, that Nanachi gave up themselves to have Midi again. It's just like, why does this have to keep happening? I can't believe she's actually considering it. Oh my gosh, she is. She's like a... Wow. I mean, I know she loves her friends, but... Oh my gosh. She'll like give up a kidney. What? Oh. It's all over. What? Okay. Oh. Okay, I was afraid that Nanachi just like was not aware of anything around. But still basically like just like a zombie. I'm interested about what Kaja is saying about like if you give up a part of yourself, it's all over. Okay. Also, I forgot to like say it in the last episode, but this Balaf snake thing, that's the dude with the white hair, right? Like assuming that like, you know, certain of these like, these people, these hollows are like people that used to exist. So here, I mean, yeah, like now that I'm seeing the hair. So obviously, yeah, that's got to be him. Yes, you got Fapta, you've got Balaf, and then you've got the girl Vespa. Or like, I mean, she looks pretty much exactly the same, just with longer hair. So it's pretty easy to know who that is. So I'm like, there's some other characters there. There's the guy who is like running this whole thing. Like he's kind of like the leader of the group. I wonder if he's Kaja. Or what Kaja is. If he was like one of the original people. Maybe he's the guy there. Maybe he's the one, except they said it was a robot who was created by somebody, so maybe not. But I'm gonna guess he's probably one of the three sages. Alright, so the luring, they mentioned it offhand. So now we get to see what this actually is. That must be tough for her too, because I assume like she was friends with Balaf. And like, yeah, what the heck is... What is Kaja exactly? Oh, he's just like, you smell. That's right, I forgot the smelling thing. Vueko, not what I call her, Vespa or something. Vueko. The luring. Okay, a big one is here now. Like, do they lure... They said a big one. Like, do they lure a creature into the village? Maybe it's that thing that was chasing Reg. Do they, like, lure it in for parts? Okay, so it's not quite that creature I was thinking of, but... So it's like hunting, basically. Like, they lure them into the village for some reason? That's right, they can't go outside the village. They have to bring things in. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Oh, that's right, yeah. When is she gonna get Prushka back? He's like, forget about you, though. I don't care about what happens to you. This guy was weird. He said something, I can't remember what exactly it was, but he said something odd about, oh, damn, that looks cool. Is she going to be able to do something with the white whistle to maybe stop that creature? Definitely better than what it was before. It looked like a heart or something. That looks way more badass. Eh. Damn it. Ugh. You know what? The last episode was pretty good about not saying weird shit. I guess I had to have at least one weird thing, huh? That was very weird. Ugh, literally. And then I climaxed. I guess I'm glad he enjoys his job. Love what you do, I guess. Oh, Jesus. Well. I just like, he's so calm about it. Underwent a lot of balancing of values. Okay, so it's like grew stronger. Okay. So that's one of the 3 stages. So that's who's taken on the role now. I'm trying to, like... Okay, so you've got Balaf, you've got this guy, thing, and then whoever the other sage is. I have to assume that Riko is going to be able to, like, she has her whistle for a reason. She's probably going to use it to help out. Okay, so they have to be like... They have to come out for a reason. Are you one of the... Mugi, are you one of the sages? I'm just like pointing at everyone. Are you a sage? Are you a sage? Yeah, she's not going to do that. You know she's going to help out. That's what Kaja said too, right? About like don't get hurt, don't let, you know, Belaf take anything from you because then it's all over, whatever that means. She seems like very nonchalant about all of this stuff going on. And that's where Riko's going to come in because she's good at knowing pretty much everything. She can use her knowledge of like the outside world. Hey, she's going to have an idea. Here we go. Oh well. I mean, I can imagine like the situation she's been put in. I I can see why she might be like a little bit just meh about everything. Her hair. I mean, it was in the opening, so I should have known her hair was going to be cut at some point. Oh, because he likes the smell of her hair, so she used her hair to give to Kutch. Okay. Gotta say, I like the short hair on her. It looks cute. All right, look at it go. Yeah, that was also in the opening too, was her riding. All these things I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. All right, all right. It's like a cat looking at itself in the mirror and be like, who the fuck are you? Oh, look at that. That's good to see Riko actually, like, doing stuff on her own. I mean, she's got their help, but, like, she came up with this plan on her own. It's nice to see her not have to rely on Nanachi and Reg to, like, come and help her all the time. Like, good on you. I don't know, it's like that plus the shorter hair on her. It makes me like she looks more like a capable cave raider. I mean, Liza had very long hair too. Not to say that people with long hair, but it's just like you feel like that would just get in the way if you're in dangerous situations. Like she seems very capable. So good on her. Now she's gonna be like the hero of the village. They're like, we don't want you to leave. You're. We'll try not to do horrible things to you this time. See, look at that. She took that information, extrapolated it, and came up with a plan. She's like, but I don't want to take my literal eye. Maybe this will be the time where she's going to use the whistle. I was surprised that the whistle didn't come up once since she got it back. Oh, shit. Well. Ma! No! No! Oh, Ma! Baby! No. Especially because, like, somebody said that Ma could have been, like, a child who got turned into a hollow, given that they're, like, very childlike. Is that Reg? Or Reg's arm, anyway. Prushka! Yes! Okay, I was like, she's gonna use the whistle at some point. She's gonna save Ma. She's gonna save Ma, right? I love that we got to actually see Prushka. Nice. There we go. It's like she's got like a familiar. She's got like a summon. Reg! I can't believe I didn't notice until now. Oh, he looks so shiny. So cool. I was gonna say, I can't believe I didn't notice it about, like, the fact that she has Reg's arm on her back. He's like her Pokemon. She's like, go, attack. That's pretty cool. And it's nice to see him, and this is like the nicer version of when he went, like, feral in the movie. It's like, oh, he's like, I was about to be all cool and stuff, but okay. All right, you were in the restaurant. I like his high fives are like it's like they're backwards. I don't know what to think of this creature. Oh, I'm just so glad that Ma lived. I was so worried. I'm wondering if this is the one, if this is the hollow version of the leader, of their leader. I can't remember what the guy's name was, but he has like that kind of like very light, cheery way of talking, like I saw in the flashbacks of that guy. Oh, I love that Menya loves Ma now. So cute. She was too busy molesting me. I didn't really pay attention. Okay, so they need Fopta in order to, or he wants them to bring Fopta back. Oh, does she know who Fopta is? Because they were obviously very close, her and that little girl. All right, finally we get some backstory here. Okay, that's right, she was once one of the three sages. So there's her, Balaf, and that big dude. So I say she was once one of the three sages, which means probably there's another one who took her place. True resident of the Golden City. Iramiro, that's him. Or Wazakan's bracelet. Whoa, okay, what's all that about? Okay, that's... Huh, that whole thing. Iramiro. Okay, well, that's interesting. There's a lot there at the end. So we got the name of that hollow. They said he can still get scared. So it's someone that she knew. So I'm guessing that dude is the one that led them on the expedition. And that whole, like, Iramiro, like, that thing that looked like a little egg. Okay, I'm assuming we're going to get some more information on that in the next episode. But looks like she's about to tell her story, so it looks like we're going to get some backstory about what actually happened to the, what do they call themselves? Like the Ganja group or something, the Suicide Squad. Alright, well, these episodes, I'm glad they weren't as strange, with the exception of the jeweler, that comment about Prushka. We're going to just we're gonna skip over that, but so we definitely got like some more information. The sad thing was like Nanachi basically giving themselves up to buy Midi from Balaf, and has essentially just become like almost zombie-like, who can't get away from Midi, and is basically like, I'm just gonna stay here with Midi forever, and this is my life. And it's just so sad to see Nanachi just going back the same way that they were before. And of course, Riko wants to help them because they're her friends, but, you know, doesn't also want to give up her eyes or her intestines or her legs. So she's got to find another avenue with that. And that guy, what was his name? Started with a W. She said it like right at the end. So he said something about like, you need to get Fopta. If you get Fopta, then that might be enough to be able to save your friends. So there was that. I really liked the moment with Riko, like, working with the villagers, not having to rely on Reg and Nanachi, and coming up with that plan very quickly using the information that she had, and it actually worked. And then that moment with like the whistle, getting the whistle, and having Prushka basically be like, I'm here with you, let's do this. And then she was able to kind of like bring out some power within Reg and almost like summon him to her. That was a really cool moment. And then, we got some new characters, or like we get to find out who these characters are. So the big one is, wow, what was her name? She only said it like how many times? There was Vueko. So we got a little bit of information about her, that she was one of the three sages. She opposed to the creation of the village, and for that she basically got trapped down into the depths where nobody could visit her, because the villagers, they get affected if they go down there. So it was the whole thing like the secret of the village, and she is the secret. So they kept her down there as like punishment, which is pretty cruel, especially if we do consider that I'm assuming the other two sages, Balaf is one of them, and I'm assuming one of them is going to be the leader of their group, so maybe he created this village. He seemed like such a nice guy, but then maybe he didn't like to be opposed. She didn't want to go with it, so he punished her by sending her down there and having her be just sealed away. That's kind of effed up if that's the case, but this show has kind of made me like not trust a lot of the adults, even if they seem well-meaning. Who knows what happened there, but based on what she said at the end, where she was going to explain the story of like their Suicide Squad and the whole story there, I imagine that the next episode is probably going to be a whole backstory into what happened once they reached this village, how the village was created, all that stuff, and I'm very excited to learn more about that. So, like, we're getting some information here. The thing with, like, that robot thing says that he's similar to Reg. They may have been created by the same person, but he can't leave this area, unlike Reg. So he's like, why is Reg different? Reg has to find out that information. So all these little bits and pieces here. But I don't really know the big picture yet. So hopefully this episode that's coming up, I'm assuming that's going to be the story of this Ganja squad, about what happened afterwards and like how the village was formed. I'm very excited for that. Is there anything else that I missed? Just overall, like, it was a good episode, some good episodes. And like we're learning a little bit more, like they're feeding us a little bit of information here and there, but I hope we're gonna get like a big info dump next episode about like the backstory of all this, because I'm very interested about like how all this came to be, and with the people that we see in the backstory, how they became the Hollows and the Sages and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that is what next episode is going to be about. I'm really excited for that. So anyway, I really enjoyed these episodes. Not like too much happened. There was the big fight. There was, getting the white whistle back, all that stuff. But like no big information yet. So we will see if next week that's going to be different. I hope you guys did enjoy my reaction and discussion for these episodes, and stay tuned next week for episodes 7 and 8. Until then, bye guys. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Kiori Makoto, SM, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif, iCognito, Jared Fan, Joel Oostman, and Zoran Ether.